Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First things first, I know a lot of stuff is going on in the background, but the way that my desk is set up right now, one, this is the only spot in this living room that my desk fits. It's also in front of the window, and this is my little area, okay? So, ignore all that. The last time I made a video was probably like a month or so ago. And that was like the first video I made about my medical assistant student video. So I, to be honest, don't really remember how much stuff I said in that video. I also don't remember how much detail of things I put in that video. But I'm making another one since I've been in school for a while now. And actually today is the start of my third mod. I'm so excited. If you're wondering what a mod is, I will explain all that stuff later on. I actually have a paper in front of me, a sheet in front of me, and it has all my notes and everything on there, of things that I might want to talk about that I don't remember if I put in my last video or not. Also, this is on my head because, you know, my little afro puff, you know, is a teeny weeny little afro. It's growing out, so I need some gel to kind of slick things down. So that's why I have this on. Anyway, moving on. So, like I said, yes, today is the start of my third mod. A mod is basically, a month or maybe a little over a month. You have a total of 10 days for each class. So my admin side, which is the sit down, going over things in the book, doing sim charts and, you know, reading chapters and all that sit down school stuff, that is on the admin side. On the clinical side, that is the hands-on stuff. That's the hands-on part. Of course, you still have chapters and you still have in-class assignments, but that is where you do everything on each other, you know, actually working with your hands and doing all that stuff. 10 days is the amount of time it takes to complete a mod, and I will show you guys in my planner what I mean and how the days are broken up, because they're every other day for each class, and I only have class Monday through Thursday. So let me show you guys February. This was when I was first starting on, you know, trying to get used to how I want my stuff to go, how I want to make my planner, how I want everything to be laid out. So the first thing I did was, this is when I was still, you know, in the beginning, in February, in the beginning. This is how I had everything laid out. I used sticky notes. I messed things up because of the highlighted colors were wrong. I was like trying to get in the feel of things, so that's why everything kind of looks a little bit everywhere, kind of. It's not really well put together. But in March, this is where I started to really like get the hang of things. So this was all of March. It looks like a lot because it is. So this is all of March, okay? So Monday and Wednesdays, I have lab. So that's why everything is in blue. I color code everything for a reason. So Monday and Wednesdays are lab or clinical, whatever. The purple is Tuesdays, and Thursdays is not clinical. I'm getting my own self mixed up. Mondays and Wednesdays is lab. Tuesdays and Thursdays is admin. Wow, that took a long time. So Tuesdays and Thursdays is admin. I just highlighted the Friday and Saturday because I know it's the weekend, obviously, and the Sunday. so that if I have anything personal going on over the weekend, I can fill in those spots or whatever. I also wrote down, in addition to writing down and highlighting when we have tests, when papers are due, when essays are due, I also wrote down, it's getting dark, isn't it? Let me just fix this. I'm so upset because right before I started recording, my screen protector, I broke it. So you see that? Yeah, I did that. So that's why it was sliding down and looking dark. Kind of frustrating, but whatever. So in addition to writing down and highlighting, I also wrote down the dates of when I'm gonna have what test and all that stuff. I also think it's really good to have a test tracker, not a tracker, but when you when you take tests and they give them back to you, hopefully it's the same day, because sometimes it's not even going to be the same day and you have to wait 2 days before you get your test or you see what you got on it. And keep in mind, the school that I go to, they don't have like an online portal you can go on to and see what your score is, or see how you're doing in class, or see if you're missing assignments. You have to wait, until the teachers say, hey, you're missing XYZ, or here's your test, and this is how you did. Which is something I really don't like, because I'm one of those people. I cannot take a test on Thursday and not get it back until that following Tuesday. So now I have to wait Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday to see what I got. Now, if there was like an online portal thing that I can go on to, fantastic. But anyway, there's not. So it's whatever. So this is what I've started, okay? I started this back in February. So I wrote down my tests every time I get it back. So the pink was my first mod, and I took my last test of my second mod yesterday, so that's why it's 4-4, and I highlighted so I know which test I did and which mods. I also wrote down my percentages that I got in there. Some, I did well, some I didn't. I have some high scores, some low scores. My lowest score, I'm gonna be dead honest with you guys, my lowest score was the one I did on 326. That was over the cells and tissues. I got a 60%. I got 60%. I will be honest with you guys. This last mod, I did slack off. The mod before, my very first mod, I was on top of it. It was one of those, everything was happening so fast, and I tried my hardest to keep up with everything, that when it was over and the new one started, I did kind of slack off. But this mod, no. I will also talk about going over chapters and a note system. That was the biggest thing that was hard for me, was trying to make the best out of my notes, and what I should highlight, what I should write down, all that stuff. I'm gonna get into all that stuff. This might be a long video, just bear with me, okay? So this is what the planner looks like. That's how the mods are set up. Every month or every 10 days of class is a new mod. So this one I filled in that I'm gonna start today, okay? Today, Thursday the 5th. It's the start of a new mod. So this is day 1. This is for admin side. Day 1, day 2, day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It goes every other day. So if this is day 1 for admin, on Monday is going to be day 1 for clinical. And then, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 10. Okay? So every other day it's one or the other, class. For admin, I don't need to bring anything special except my laptop and writing utensils and all that stuff, like normal school stuff. Also, if you want to see what all supplies I got for school, you can let me know and I can do a video on that. But for the clinical side, they provided stethoscopes. So I did not have to buy my own stethoscope, even though you can if you want to, whichever one you want. But this is the one that they supplied, and then I went out and I bought what's this called? A little name tag thingy so that I know which one is mine. And I also have the same tag except it's it's like a metal material, kind of. It's like fancier. Okay, so when I graduate and I when I get new stethoscopes, I'm gonna put that metal one in and make it look pretty decked out. But beginners right here. I also purchased my own blood pressure cuff. Now, you do not have to. The school has blood pressure cuffs. Okay, they give you your own stethoscope, but they already have a whole bunch of blood pressure cuffs. You do not have to buy your own, but I want to get my own. Okay, my own. If I want to, I practice on myself, I practice on my kids, I practice on my mom, because taking vitals is so important, and we have students who have graduated or who are doing externs already, and they come in and they tell us blood pressure is everything, okay, with your vitals, everything, okay? Get as used to them as you can, developing your skills and everything like that. Yes, so I got my own. And I take these into class Mondays and Wednesdays, and we do use them every Monday and Wednesday, okay? So let me cross off this stuff right here. I talked about the mod setup. The classes, I kind of explained that a little bit already. My teachers. Now, each teacher teaches differently, okay? My lab teacher, I love this woman. She breaks down everything. She goes through the chapters. She highlights in her notes what we should write down or what we should highlight in our notes or in our book, because it will be on our future tests. She tells us. But it is up to us to read the chapter, not just wait for her to go over what exactly is going to be on the test, but to read the chapters as well. I love her. She is phenomenal. She doesn't go too fast. She doesn't go too slow. If she reads the chapters and we still have questions, she will take the time to answer those questions. She won't brush us off. She's not like, oh, well, you should know, you figure it out. She gives us as much information as we need to make sure we understand the material, because, like I said on my last video, I believe, we are doing a 2-year program in 9 months. That is a lot of information, okay? For the past 2 weeks, I've had a test every day, and it wasn't just over one chapter. It is a test over multiple chapters, okay? So the fact that she will go over so many chapters and yet she will still answer those questions, it is phenomenal. Yes. Anyway, my admin teacher, on the other hand, she is a different kind of teacher. She reads through the chapters. She kind of tells us what's a little bit on the tests. She doesn't really give us some official direction, you know. She kind of just is like, this is what it is. You might want to make some highlights. You might want to pay a little bit closer attention. And then she'll read and read and read and read and read. So you're looking at the screen with your, the books are online. So we're looking online on her projector, plus we have it in front of us, and it's like, some of the chapters are really wordy and really lengthy, and you do have questions. You know, you do have questions. Sometimes it is a little bit difficult or challenging to ask her questions because the answer only leads to more questions, and it's kind of like you kind of totally went left on me, you know. But each teacher does their own thing, and you gotta respect that they do their own thing, they teach their own way. But if I'm paying X amount of money for this program and I have questions and you don't answer my questions, then it's like, it's frustrating. But it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. My classmates. Now, we all are different. So I think our youngest classmate is like 20, and our oldest is like 50 or over 50. I'm serious. We have ages from 20 to 50. Okay? There are some people who are in this program that are fresh out of school or fresh out of college, or maybe college wasn't for them, so they're doing this. And then we have some other people on the 50th side who haven't been in a classroom in over 30 years. Going back to school. It's never too late. Dead ass serious. It's never too late. So we all don't learn the same, but we try to make the most of it. Of course, there are times where it does remind me of high school. Sometimes there is petty drama. Sometimes it's just a lot of shade. But my mindset, and I'm quiet in class. I actually had someone bring this up to me yesterday. They're like, I was talking and they're like, oh, wow, you're actually talking like you're quiet in class. I said, yes, because I mind my business. This is how you get through it. You mind your own business. I sit back, and I'm not the only one. There's some other people who are quiet because they mind their own business too. You hear people talk about this person, who's talking about this person, who's talking about this person. Do not get sucked up into that. Really, do not get sucked up into it, okay? I come in every day. I'm focused. I'm like, this is what I'm doing, because at the end of all this is going to be my career. This is what's going to help me support my family, support my children, all that stuff. So this is very serious to me. Do not get wrapped up in the petty shade drama stuff. If you don't like to listen to certain things, you can just get up and walk away, all that stuff. Ignore it, headphones, something. Don't get sucked up into it, really, because you lose focus. Just don't do it. Okay? Just don't do it. What else? Oh. What you should not be doing in class, or not be doing, but that you can't really have in class, is, one, you cannot have your nails done. Let me take that back. You can have nail polish. You can have, you want all black nails, rainbow nails, blue nails, white nails. You can have polish. But when they start to chip, you have to take them off. You have to take them off when they start to chip. You cannot have acrylics. You cannot have gels. You cannot have any type of nail extensions at all. You cannot have, even on your natural nails, because there are people that go and get acrylic on their natural nails. You cannot have that. Even though there's people that I have seen in my classroom that do have that, you're not really supposed to, because, you know, germs and bacteria and all that stuff, and you're touching people, you know, it's just think of this, right? Think of this. You have your nails done, and it's been about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, and they're starting to lift a little bit. You know, just think about this. They're starting to lift a little bit. You need to go get them done. You're taking care of a patient, and you're taking care of like a wound on their leg or whatever. You wash your hands, but you know, you wear gloves, but you're still dealing with them and touching them. What if, you know, your gloves break or have a tear in them that you didn't notice? Now, whatever it is you're touching gets on your fingers. You wash your hands again, but you don't get underneath that lift. So whatever was on that patient is now under your nails. You go, even though you wash your hands, you think you're good. You go to eat your lunch. Ew. Don't. So you cannot have your nails, acrylics, gels, nothing. What else? No, can't have nails. Jewelry, you cannot have a lot of jewelry, a lot of dangly bracelets, you know, a lot of stuff going on up here, big hoops. Now look, I love my hoops. Love my hoops. I got not called out, but my teacher said, well, can you stay after class? I said, sure. And she was like, and she was good about it. She was like, I didn't want to, you know, call you out in front of class, but just remember, when you're going out into the medical field, you cannot be wearing hoops that big. You know, people can grab them, kids can grab them, all that stuff. And I wasn't mad or anything like that. She wasn't rude. I was like, okay, like, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. So just think about that. If you have these big old hoops and you need to give a 4-year-old a shot and they grab that hoop and yank, they can yank it out. So just keep that in mind. Boom. Jewelry, big hoops. The only thing I wear, if I do wear earrings, I wear studs. I don't even wear anything that dangles. I just wear studs or nothing at all. And the only thing I wear on my wrists is my watch. And I do have one bracelet that I wear, but one of the charms broke off, so I don't really wear it as much. But my watch is all that I wear, and my my wedding ring. That's all I wear. When you go to get ready for externs, there are some things you need to do. You have to make sure that you are also caught up on your immunizations. This was something that was challenging for me because I am scared of needles. Even though I have a tattoo, I'm still scared of needles. I had to go and do my TB test. Everyone has to. You have to go do a TB test, and you have to go make sure that your tetanus boosters or your tetanus shot period is up to date. So I had to get a tetanus, and I had to get my TB test. Depending on where you go for your extern, they might require you to get additional immunizations. That's something you have to think about. Like if you want to go extern at a hospital, you have to have a flu shot. You know, if you work, that's the only one that comes to mind, actually. That's the only one that comes to mind. I know a girl who actually was done in class yesterday who is now an extern. She had to get like 3 or 4 shots. I don't know how far behind she was on her immunizations. I don't know. I know she was going to family health for her extern, so I don't know what all additional stuff she had to get, but just keep that in mind. You know, of course, your Hep B, you have to have had a Hep B shot. It's always good to have your immunization records and you give it to whoever needs to see it. They can verify that, you know, you are who you say you are and this is your record. So keep that in mind. Extern, I go on extern, and that means you have completed the both the classes, both admin and clinical. You have 6 weeks of extern, going out into the field, doing what you do, but you're not getting paid. You are still under the name of the school. You still represent the school, but you're out there doing the job. You're just not getting paid for it. So I wrote down on here that my first day of extern is August 30th. And I also wrote down when I'm going to need childcare. That is also important to know ahead of time if you are going to need childcare. Okay? That is super important. Childcare is not cheap. Okay? It is not. But thank goodness that when I need my childcare, I'm only going to need it for 3 days. And then my kids go back to school. And they're in school all day. So, that I'm pretty happy about that. So, August 3rd. August 3rd is my first day of extern. 6 weeks later, October 9th, is my graduation date. Boom. I'm so happy about that. So happy about that. I have a tracker on my phone, and I have 186 days left until graduation. Okay, not including extern, but graduation. I'm super happy about that. Whew, Lord, this is going to be a long video. I kind of already talked about my countdown, all that stuff. 2-year program in 9 months. Yeah. What else? What else? So with all of this that's going on, how I stay somewhat together, because since this week my kids were home from school because of spring break. They go back to school on Monday. Thank the Lord. I love my kids, but when all my kids are at school, I study from 9 to noon. So I have 3 hours. I get my youngest from the school bus. Then I study some more from 12:30-ish when she's done eating lunch. So from like 12:30 to 2:50. That's when I have to get ready to get my oldest daughter off the bus. And then when I do that, we go to my son's school, and I wait for like 35 minutes until he gets out of school. And even in that time, I have something school related. It does take me a little bit to get everything in my head, which is why I take class so seriously. Is because even though I have 5 hours here, the time I spend in class, I can get questions answered, try to get questions answered, and all that stuff. So just really take it seriously. There are some people who do tend to get their work done, but they also goof off at the same time. And I understand. You want to have fun. You want to make school a fun experience. I get that. I understand that. I want that too. But some of these people don't have kids. And if they do have kids, they're grown. So, you know, they don't have to pay or they don't have to support anybody but themselves. You know, and it's like me, I'm 24. I have 3 little ones. My husband is in the service. He's stationed in another state. We're living with my mom. I was working full time. I quit that to go to school full time, doing this 9-month program, you know, and my end goal is to take my RMA, or, you know, CMA, and move back in with my husband, praying to God we can get a house and start another chapter. And it's like, it's not the same for everybody, you know, so you just have to keep focused on what you are doing and what you want for your end goal, and you go for it. This is what you do. You go for it, you know. So after school, sometimes I go to the gym. I'm trying to get my body, you know, together anyway. So I go to the gym for an hour and a half or whatever. You know, I have my candle that is actually holding up my phone right now, but it is a Just Chill candle that I got from Five Below. It's a very good smelling candle too.